We're live! And there ain't nobody in here. Just me. And it's okay. We're going to keep on. Maybe somebody will join us. If not, you can just consider this like a pre-recorded video like I do on my channel all the time anyway. Wow. Oh! Well, now the party's getting started. Eric! Eric, how is the sound? Because last week I went back and watched the video and it sounded terrible. Let's see here. I don't even know what I'm doing. I sound all right. Well, that's just all right then. Okay, so man, that's cool. I'm glad you're here because today was a terrible day. Work sucked. I don't know why everybody that came through the front door was wearing their cranky pants. And quite honestly, by the time I got done, I was over it. And so, yeah, this evening, been kind of feeling kind of run down and wasn't sure if I was going to do it, but I'm glad I did now. Glad I'm here now. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at last week, what I did. Thanks, brother. Yeah, it was terrible. I don't know what everybody's deal was, but man, I hope tomorrow isn't like that. Let's see. Am I ready to share that? Do you a favor and make my face small. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have to pick one there? Okay, there we go. Make my face small and let's look at some football games. Did I do all right last week? I haven't even looked at this part yet. I did all right. It looks like 3 losses. Not bad. All right. Well, I'm glad to have you while you're here. So, yeah, let's see. I lost, of course. I lost the this Miami Jacksonville game. Gave it kind of a homer pick, but of course I only put what did I put on it? 1, or is that a 1 or a 4? It's like a 1. I didn't put much on it. I didn't have much confidence. I'm a little surprised I didn't pick Jacksonville. Then I lost the Minnesota Cincinnati game. No, Minnesota Carolina game. I'm sorry, and I didn't put a lot on that. And I remember going back and forth on that game as well. Then, of course, it looks like I put a lot on Buffalo. And from what I understand, I didn't really watch too much last night's game, but everything I saw said that Henry just went off. And yeah, so and I was looking at his stats. Someone put up his stats for the last 5 games. This guy, man, he's a beast. So That was last week. Let me talk about this Jacksonville Miami game. I don't know what to think about the Dolphins. People are asking me, and it's a mystery to me. Just a total mystery. Maybe I should have watched last night's game then, because that sounds cool. And I know it was a close game. Yeah, sounds like I missed a good one. Yes, he is. Man, I saw a graphic that said he was running over 20 miles an hour. It was like 21, I think. 21 point something, or I can't remember exactly. This guy's running over 20 miles an hour, and he's like 6'3", I think, and 247 pounds. Could you imagine trying to get in front of him? I'm telling you. Kind of takes me back to the days of Earl Campbell. Because Earl was deceptively fast. He'd break out into the open field and get ahead of steam, and Earl had thighs like tree trunks. You wouldn't think a guy that thick, you wouldn't think a guy with thighs that thick could run that fast. But Earl Campbell, man, he could roll and outrun safeties. Yes, kind of reminds me in that way, a little bit too, like I don't know that Ricky Williams really ran over people so much, but he was a fairly good sized back. And when he came out of the backfield and built up ahead of steam, uh, he could truck some people too. But yeah, he is a remarkable runner to watch. Okay, getting back to the Dolphin Jacksonville game and why the Dolphins are playing the way they are. I can't. I thought I was getting a grip on it. I thought I had a good understanding of this football team, but I don't. We came into the season. My biggest question marks were I had two big question marks. One was our offensive line. Did we have enough talent at offensive line to compete? And the second one was the development of Tua. Could Tua start pushing the ball down the field, get us bigger chunks of yardage? Because Tua just he just last year he just couldn't he couldn't spark us. I mean, it was more like game management, but we needed him to make some plays. That's why we often had to bring in Fitzmagic to kind of spark that offense, get some big plays made down the field. And but I mean, so that was the question mark, and then of course Tua gets hurt. Basically, the first series against Buffalo. So let's look at just kind of reviewing Miami's season. They beat the Patriots in New England, so they're not without talent. They're not without talent. Then they come home, they play the Bills, and get smeared all over the field. We knew Buffalo was good. I thought Miami could compete. I thought, our defense is stacked, but that didn't happen. And Tua got hurt and everything. There was actually a lull in the game where we dropped down 14-0 for a significant amount of time. But every time defense make a play, the offense turn it back over. And then you get to the late part of the game, and then all of a sudden Buffalo runs off another 21 on us, beat us 35-0. Oh yeah, I was looking at playoffs. I was thinking the next progression would be playoffs because we barely missed we we barely missed the playoffs last year. So looking at the Dolphins, all right, that's where I'm at there. Then we play our third game against the Raiders in Las Vegas. We're competitive, but probably just don't have the offense to get it done. Um, what's the in the 500 club anymore? Yeah. So then we get back to the fourth game against the Colts. Again, the offense or defense stops Colts. Offense turns it right back over, puts the defense in worse position. And at that point, I'm thinking, we'll never know what we've got with this defense. Last year it was a top 5 defense, ball hawking defense. It looked like it'd be something special. Special teams were good last year. So the issue is the offense is what I keep thinking. And the Colts game didn't do anything to change that. So we gotten smeared twice at home. And then came the game against the Buccaneers, which totally flipped everything I knew on its head. The Buccaneers score early. We score early. The offense looked good against the Buccaneers, or looked better. Um, but what do? We start dropping the ball on defense. How do you have a top 5 team with cornerbacks with potentially the best 2 cornerbacks or the best cornerback tandem in the league, and Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, with an up and comer like this new guy Holland, and we give up over 500 yards to Tom Brady? How does that happen? Now, of course, then we go to London, lay an egg there, mainly because, well, there's a lot of factors there. Miami didn't play well. I mean, there you can throw out other excuses like, well, the fact that both Byron Jones and Xavier Howard were out of the game, so we didn't have our top 2 cornerbacks, but that shouldn't be an issue. Not when you've got Holland and you got last year's number 1 pick, Igbenogany. So where do the Dolphins go from here? Do they start firing coaches? Do they start firing the GM? Do they what? I just I just really don't know anymore. So people have been asking me what do I think. I don't know what to think. I have absolutely zero clue what to think about this team. They look like they. If I look over the roster, I think there's talent there. There's good talent there, but the coaching doesn't seem to be there, and that's mystifying because in Flores' first 2 years, I thought he did an excellent job as a coach. What is next week? Is that the 7th? Yeah. Let's go ahead and start looking at the 7th week and start talking about these games, picking some teams. So we're going to open with Denver at Cleveland. Oh well, I like Denver. I like their defense, but that offense is not playing up to snuff. We're going with Cleveland. The only thing that gives me concern about Cleveland, and I know this from fantasy football, is that both Chubb and Hunt are banged up. So the running game may not be there. And that could be an issue against this Denver team because they play good defense at times. And if they have to rely on Baker Mayfield, can he get it done? I think so. Baker's got some other weapons. I hear, well, again, I know from fantasy football, they're starting to mark Jarvis Landry as potentially returning. So that gives him another weapon at wideout. So I'm going to wait on the confidence points, but I am picking Cleveland, Washington at Green Bay. There's no question. Green Bay. And I have no question that they're going to win to the point of giving them 13 confidence points. I think it's funny. I was looking at there's a group I like to post in on Facebook called NFL Enthusiasts 2.0. And somebody made a post about Aaron Rodgers telling the Chicago fans, I own you. Chicago fans can get bent out of shape all they want. The truth is, Aaron Rodgers has a 21-5 regular season record against the Chicago Bears. Guess what? He does own the Bears. How much better does that record have to get? He owns the Bears, like it or not. 21-5. That's some dominance there. So yeah, I like Washington. There's a couple there. I keep saying this. Man, I would love to have Chase Young on the Dolphins. Montez Sweat too. They got some good players, but excuse me. 22-5. Did I miss one? I guess I missed one. Maybe that was Sunday's game that made them 22. One time they met in the playoffs. I'm guessing Aaron won that one too. Yeah. So I like a lot of the talent on the Washington defense. I just don't know what they're doing on offense. So yeah, 21-22. He owns the pack or the Bears. Yeah, Rodgers owns the Bears, and he can say it all day. And by the way, I heard that the reason he said that was some Bears fan up in the stands was giving him a double bird. All right, don't like it? Don't be flipping off Packer quarterbacks. They'll remind you of the truth. Okay, let's look at Kansas City at Tennessee. Man. That's tough. Kansas City is struggling. Tennessee's coming off of a big win. Holy cow. I need to look at something real quick. And that's the all of a sudden I can't remember the what the Chiefs did Sunday. They're 3-3, won one. They won that game. That's tough. I'm not sure which way I go on this. Tennessee at home, Kansas City struggling on the road. I'm going to pick Kansas City, but this is one time because I usually, the last couple of years, I've given them a lot of, I have really given Kansas City a lot of credit. But they're struggling so much. I think this is going to be, I'm just going to play it safe on this game and go one. And that's out of respect to Tennessee. Yeah. Because that will be the game to watch at 1 o'clock. Because I can tell you what game won't be the game to watch at 1 o'clock, and that's Atlanta at Miami. That could get ugly. And my gut tells me my gut's partly telling me to pick Atlanta, but it'd be just like the Dolphins to sneak out a win somehow and get my hopes up again. Short week, big win. It's either going to feel for big momentum or lead to a post big game drop off. Well, and that could be too. And that's going to be like the Iowa Purdue game last Saturday. Yeah, that's why I'm only going to put one on that, and I'm going to take my Dolphins against Atlanta. It's at home where we've been getting smashed, but I'm going to take the two here because I don't have a lot of confidence in the Dolphins to be able to win that game. Wow. Then we got the Jets at the Patriots. And that's not exactly. I mean, the Patriots are 2-4. The Jets are 1-4. I do think the Patriots are a little bit better coached. I'm probably going to go with that. Maybe I'll put the 3 here because I'm not feeling great about the Patriots. But they are playing the Jets, and the Jets. Well, look over here at the right, and the 98% have picked the Patriots. I just don't feel like it's that big of a slam dunk. All right, now we got Carolina at New York Giants. I like Carolina here. We'll come back with confidence points on that one. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it because who cares about the Giants? And Carolina is, I don't know a whole lot about them. I do know that they are a scrappy little team. Let's see. Atlanta is winnable. I agree. But I don't, don't know if it's probable that we're going to win it. Pats, but those Jets are going to be hungry for a New England win. No. I don't know. I guess I haven't seen much of the Jets, so they play scrappy at times, but I don't know if they're ready for the Patriots. Carolina is a solid team, but they're broken without their running back. So McCaffrey is out. That's right. I still like Carolina though, and I'll come back and think about that point. How many confidence points to put on it? Let's look at some other games. We've got Cincinnati at Baltimore. Man, the Bengals are scrappy this year. Let's see here. Vikings Panthers game was exciting. Yeah, it sure was. Saw highlights of it, and it looked like it was a good one. Um, the Vikings probably are a little better than what I give them credit for at times. Uh, but yeah, this Cincinnati Baltimore at Baltimore. As scrappy as Cincinnati is, man, Baltimore looked so good. So I'm definitely picking them. Now, what kind of points I'm putting on it, confidence points, we'll see here in a minute. Raiders or Eagles at Raiders. I think the Raiders, they had a big win last week. I think they were in shock over Gruden a couple weeks ago. I think they're going to beat the Eagles. Bengals are tough. University of Cincinnati is great. That city is something to cheer for. It's about time. I'm in Kentucky, so I'm real close to Bengal territory, and it gets rough around here sometimes for the Bengal fans. I know. And the Bengal fans, as close as I am to Cincinnati, I don't know that many Bengal fans. I know one at work now, but I don't know that many Bengal fans. But yeah, Ravens are too good for Cincinnati. Yeah, Cincinnati's not ready for that yet. Um, we got the Lions at the Rams, so I'm sorry. Lions can be scrappy, and Dan. I'm blanking on his last name. Their coach. He got his start coaching. He was an interim coach with the Dolphins, and Dan Campbell. That's it. Um, he's a fiery guy. I don't know. I just don't know how good he is at the X's and O's. I mean, he can motivate people. How good is he at game planning? I don't know. I don't think. I don't think they're ready for the Rams. So the Rams are one of the top teams in the NFC. Detroit might give them a little bit of trouble for a few minutes, but that's not that shouldn't be a close game. Then we got the Houston Texans at Arizona. Kyler Murray is playing like an MVP. Somebody's going to have to put some respect on this kid's name. He is balling this year, and I don't know why, but it seemed like just looking online, and a lot of people don't like Kyler Murray, and I don't know what's not to like about the kid. I mean, he can good runner, excellent with his arm. Arizona's got him a quarterback, and they've got. I like a lot of the pieces they've got on that team. Some of the defenders too, whose names are escaping me because I'm tired and getting a headache. But Atlanta or Arizona is a team that's going to have to be contended with before the year's over. Then we got Chicago at Tampa Bay. Oh, let's see. Detroit need high-level coordinators to go with that hurrah leader coach. Yeah, exactly. Because the 17-game NFL season is a long time to play on hurrah. That's not going to get you that far down the road. I mean, you want a guy that the players really want to play for, but you also gotta have that game plan in place. Uh, yeah, Tampa Bay over Chicago. I mean, I don't. Guess what, Chicago? Tom Brady's going to own you this week. That Tampa Bay team, I have to give them credit. They are a sharp team all the way around. Oh yeah, I like Campbell too. I think the jury remains out as to whether he's a great head coach or he's a better assistant coach. But I mean, he's a motivator, that's for sure. University of Wisconsin could use some more hoorah. I I haven't watched too much college ball, except I did watch. I have watched a little bit of the Kentucky Wildcats, who are actually ranked. I think. I think I just heard that they are ranked 15, and that's unusual in this part of. I mean, usually with Kentucky, this time of the year, we're saying, yeah, just wait till basketball season. Just wait till basketball season. And but these Wildcats, the game I watched was their victory over Florida, and I enjoyed that. But uh, again, you gotta keep that in perspective. I mean, I think Florida has beaten us how many times in a row? It's just crazy. I think the last time uh, it's not very often that we get Florida. Maybe twice since the '80s. Now, yeah, I don't know why I'm not more interested in college. Maybe it is because I grew up in Kentucky and the Wildcats have been historically terrible. Um, it's only been a few times that we've had really good Wildcat teams. I don't remember the Wildcats doing much of anything until the '90s when we had Tim Couch, and we had that air raid offense, and that was, man, those were some exciting games, and I remember seeing Couch play in Lexington once, and that was great. But generally, the Wildcats have not been that good. I almost rather watch the Cardinals play. At least, well, and here lately that changed too. I don't know what the Cardinals are doing this year, but I think here lately Kentucky's actually been out playing them. The Florida game was exciting. Man, that was back and forth. Uh, Kentucky pulled it out, man. And we got the Colts at San Francisco. So I go take a look at the records again real quick. With the Colts being 2-4, and one of those victories against my Dolphins. And then the 49ers 2-3, and neither one of those teams are all that hot. People think San Francisco is going to win it. It is in San Francisco. They've got a really good defense. I don't know how many confidence points I'm going to put on that, but we'll go with San Francisco. Why is that the Sunday night game? Who wants to watch the Colts and the 49ers? Somebody messed up here. That doesn't look very good. I would have thought, as you're looking at the schedule, even from looking at it from last spring, I would have the game that would have stuck out at me would have been Kansas City at Tennessee. Why wouldn't you want to put that in prime time? New Orleans at Seattle. I'm gonna go with New Orleans mainly because I know that Russell Wilson's still hurt. I bet they wish Philip Rivers stuck around a little. Oh my. Yeah. Why did he retire? I mean, he had a pretty good year last year, so it's not like his skills were declining. Why would he go to Indianapolis for just 1 year? Doesn't make any sense to me. Because I would think that going to Indianapolis, if you're Philip Rivers going to Indianapolis, even though it's late in your career, you'd want to get 2 or 3 years out of it, maybe. Give them a shot to pull a team together. All right, let's finish these confidence points real quick. I haven't done hardly anything at the with the big confidence points because I just haven't been seeing that many slam dunks here as far as just thinking one team's going to kill another one. I think we're going to go with Tampa Bay whooping the. I think Tampa Bay will whoop Chicago. I think Arizona. Yeah, they get some big confidence points. Um, Actually, I'm going to give some to the Raiders. They're playing the Lions. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. I can't. Boy, talk about not being able to read. This is what happens when you get old. That's the Rams playing the Detroit Lions, but that doesn't change anything. There's the Raiders. Let's give them some good points. I think Cleveland might be a good place for the 8. Kind of filling out the middle here now. Put the 7 on the Saints. Let's see, Baltimore. And then we got 2 more games to. That's easy. Let's see. We'll go 4 on San Francisco, 5 on Carolina. That takes care of the picks and the confidence points. Lions fans deserve better. And I would absolutely agree. I don't know what the ownership has to be the problem there. They just don't seem to be committed to winning. And I've thought that for a long time. Back when Matt Millen was the GM, and he stunk up the joint for a long time before they finally let him go. New Orleans versus Seattle. New Orleans let's give them 24 points. We're picking scores for these 2 games. Seattle 10. Let's see, Indianapolis and San Francisco. Thinking maybe 14. them. Maybe 21 here. Who's going to score the most points this week? Well, normally I usually go for Kansas City, but they're playing Tennessee this week. Green Bay playing Washington. You know what? We're going to put that on. We're going to show Kyler Murray some respect. Put that on Arizona. Fewest points this week. Wow. Just don't know what to think there. I think I'm going to go with the Jets. I usually go with the Jets. The Jets are playing the Patriots. They usually play well, at least on defense anyway. So let's save and take a quick look at. Let's see here. That's how it goes. Milwaukee Bucks were busted for decades, owner passes, and they're consistent winners for several years, and then win a championship. Yeah, I was watching them before the live stream. I was watching some of the championship ceremony right before the game. All right, so I got some interesting dilemmas here. One, I was a little surprised it was a bad week, and I went to 4-2 with the this DWO team that I think is actually pretty good. And I thought I had an answer. I picked up Joe Burrow to fill in because I lost Russell Wilson. I had to put Russell Wilson on IR. Burrow put up 23. I just was scared to put Tua in, though he did well this week. There were a lot of reasons why Miami lost Sunday, but I don't think Tua was one of those reasons. Dude had over 300 yards passing. Scored 22 points, 22 fantasy points himself. So, what do you do there? I'm probably going to leave Burrow in. Probably. Though I don't know. I don't know that Atlanta's known for their defense. Let's see. 5-star matchup. Atlanta's given up 7th most fantasy points to quarterbacks this season. Ooh, maybe I do play Tua. What's Joe got? He's got a 3-star matchup. Baltimore has given up 11th fewest fantasy points. Burrow is playing. Well, you know what? For now, we'll put Tua in. Maybe I change that. Maybe I get cold feet between now and Sunday and pull them. Tyreek Hill, of course, you can't fault having him in. Tyler Lockett, how's he doing without Russell Wilson? Not real great. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Jalen Waddle's been playing awfully well. I think I swapped them out. DJ Moore's not going anywhere because he's been playing really well. Wait a minute, I wasn't trying to do that. Well, he's dropped off a little bit. He'll bounce back. Darren Waller, one of the best tight ends in the game. Maybe not playing up to what he was early in the season. Then this is where It gets me a little bit. Aaron Jones, he's picking it up. He's playing well. And DeAndre Swift for the Lions playing well. And I've got some options on the bench. Unlike the team that's actually got the better record, which is my keeper league, DWO. What's this? Hey, there's some confetti. We rolled a 5-1. Russell Wilson is hard to replace, but Geno Smith isn't doing too bad of a job. I just, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I would want to try to put Geno Smith in anywhere. He'd probably be available if I wanted him, but I don't know about that. So, player on buy, swap now. Well, thank you, State Farm, for telling me that. See who I got to swap in for. Who's on the bench? Oh, mercy. Not a lot. Hunter Renfrow. The problem with this team is I inherited it. I didn't start it, and I knew for up front that there wasn't much of a bench here. Crowder's on a bye. So what do? Juwan Johnson? No. Man, this team stinks. What about, well, he's hurt. Kadarius Toney's for some reason, been making news, but what do you do? Jamison Crowder coming off of a bye might be my only option. Better than a 0. Come on now. Yeah, this team could be getting ready to get whooped. Wait a minute. Mike Evans, gotta leave him in. Brady might light it up with him. Kareem Hunt is on IR, so I gotta get another running back in for him. Oh, hey, Eric. Thanks for stopping in. Love you, brother. Have a great night yourself. I'm going to finish up here with this fantasy football, and then I'm going to sign off. And I should say, well, I guess people will be looking for it up front. I should have said early that I shot the Iron Maiden Samantha Fish contest rule video that's coming. I don't know that it'll go up tonight. It may not be till tomorrow, but it's been shot. It just needs to be edited and uploaded. So let's see here. But I'm so glad you came in, Eric. It's fun with you here. So let's see. Man, I'm going to have to come back and look at the running backs. That's ugly. So there we go. There's a team ready to get whooped. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off. If you've come in and watched this as, later, appreciate you doing that. And thanks for stopping by. And we will see you soon. Peace.